Okay, welcome to In the Middle with Principal Hayward. I'm here with Christina Scilingo, a grade 6 teacher in our social studies department, and we're going to learn a little bit about Mrs. Scilingo.
Yeah,
So
thank you for having me.
Thanks for being on the very first show.
Yeah, it's an honor.
Yeah, well, you're doing so much around the school. When I was thinking of who to have on, I was like, who could I talk to about for a good period of time? And you're involved in so many things. So let's let the people in Norton learn a little bit about you if they haven't had the pleasure of going through Six Purple, who you are. So, Christina, how long have you been teaching in Norton?
This is my 4th year teaching in Norton, but I kind of count the 6 months I was a student teacher up at the high school as part of that too. But this will be my 4th official school year being a 6th grade teacher.
And I remember because when I started, you were new, but you also had that extra time as a student teacher. So it was like, you know, he kind of came to me and the principal, Mr. O'Rourke, knew you, spoke highly of you. So it didn't really feel like you were new that year.
I know. I actually got really lucky because I was new but didn't feel new. I felt like I knew the system. I knew the teachers. I was a sub on 7 White when Mrs. Garnett was out having her first baby, and I just transitioned right into the 6th grade position. And right into Six Purple. And it's been awesome ever since.
It is. You're doing a tremendous job. What do you enjoy most about teaching?
The kids. I think they make it really fun. They make it really interesting. And getting that wow moment from the kids, that like aha moment, is so awesome. Like today, we're doing hemispheres. So I use coffee filters, and because you can kind of see through them, so they decorate it like one northern hemisphere, one southern hemisphere, and one for the eastern and western hemispheres, and then they layer it on top of each other, and they can see through it, and then I get that like, wow, oh, now I get it. And that's what makes it all worthwhile. The late nights, the weekends where you're putting in that extra time.
They're bringing in the oranges and peeling
bringing in the oranges.
That's another hemisphere style project.
Yep, right? I just stopped smelling like oranges today, I think, after the Orange Globe Lab.
Well, I agree. That hands-on stuff that you do with kids is, when I come into the room, I really like, because I see that wow moment. I see all those different things going on.
Right, and they're actually engaging with the material, which is great.
Tell us something that maybe I don't know or people don't know about you.
Ooh, that's a good question. Something people don't know about me. I actually, throughout my senior year of high school and all through college, I worked at a frozen yogurt and ice cream store, and we had 75 different toppings, and I could eat for free there. And we had a deal with the movie theater next door where we got to see free movies, and they got to get free ice cream, eat free ice cream. So not many students realize my first job was serving ice cream and frozen yogurt to people.
But that's probably why you can learn names so well, because you knew all the 75 toppings.
Yeah, exactly.
So 100 kids on a unit? Not too much.
I know, and I'm used to high pressure situations. People want their ice cream, frozen yogurt really fast. They don't want to wait. And that helps me in the classroom. You have strong forearms too, I imagine. Exactly.
Nice. What's the biggest challenge facing students today?
Ooh, I would say the biggest challenge facing students today is balancing technology and cell phones and Chromebooks with everything else going on, and making sure you have time where you go out and play with your friends, go out and play soccer, go play football, go play basketball, just go for a walk or a bike ride. I love it when my students tell me, oh, I went for a bike ride with my neighbors. That's really good. And just making sure that you have a life outside of your Instagram and your Twitter and your Facebook or whatever else they're on to balance that, I think.
Yeah, because we do a lot of that here because we want to celebrate and recognize all the great things, but we always try to find a balance with how much screen time we're getting.
Exactly.
And that's what the kids need to really balance, and it's tough. It's tough. I know my 4-year-old's already on her Kindle Fire and firing away.
I know, it's like second nature to a lot of them. They can really navigate a phone better than I could when I was that age, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So I said at the outset, one of the reasons I had you on and thinking a guest is, you know, who's doing a lot? Who can I fill up these the first episode? I might be nervous. Who can I talk about? So I try to see someone who is doing multiple things. You also coach our girls soccer team.
I do. This is my 2nd season coaching.
And so I know you're off to a great start. How's the season been going, and who's really been, you know, a standout for you?
So the season's going really well. We are 4-1 right now. We had an awesome winning streak. We won our first 4 games and did not get scored on at all those first 4 games. My standouts, I have to give a shout out to all my 8th grade girls. I have tremendous 8th grade leadership, all the way in the back with my goalkeeper, Janessa, all the way to my strikers in the front, Lindsay and Caroline. They're doing a really amazing job and helping those 6th and 7th grade girls that I have that are still very much developing and showing all these awesome talents. From week to week, I see them improving, all of them. But those 8th graders that are really guiding them and leading them and taking charge, it's awesome. I have like 8 mini coaches basically on the field.
I know a lot of the kids, and I was out there watching yesterday. So I feel partly bad that I might have ended the streak. I put in the newsletter that you were undefeated.
I don't believe in bad luck, so like you did not bring us bad luck.
It was like talking about a shutout halfway through the 3rd period. But I mean, an amazing start, and I think the team represents us, not just with the winning record, because you have up and down years, but I think you really build those character traits that we value a lot, and having leadership, again, in a building that only serves 6, 7, and 8, 3 grade levels, as opposed to athletic programs at the high school level. You have that one less year to really foster that type of growth and development, and then that kind of where your 8th graders are modeling for the 6th and 7th graders.
And they want to leave a legacy behind too. And your first loss this season, I think, always hurts the worst. But what I told them yesterday after the game, I said, after a loss, a good team gets mad, but a great team gets better. So
I love that.
Next week we have 2 really tough games coming up, but we're going to be better. And I know my girls, and I know how good they are, and I believe in them fully. And I'm sure some of us were mad, upset last night, and that's okay. But it's really about getting better. We're going to face them again, and I know the score is going to be different next time. So I'm looking forward to it. How
does teaching make you a better coach, or vice versa?
That's a really good question. So I know you were a coach too. So I know you probably feel the same way, where the link between teaching and coaching is tremendous, right? Like, I view practices, like soccer practices, the way I view like getting kids ready for a test or quiz. And games are like that test or quiz, right?
Absolutely.
So knowing how to group certain players, just like I could group certain students in my classroom, knowing how to address where we need to improve and highlight what we're good at, just like I do in the classroom. And making sure that kids have the confidence that they have those skills and that I've seen those skills and they're in there somewhere, and bringing out the best in every player is just like bringing out the best in every student, I think.
And making them believe that they can do it, and with the team that we can do it.
Exactly.
Awesome. I miss those days of coaching.
I know. I couldn't give it up. I don't know how you do it, but how you did it, but I'm sure you miss it.
Dr. Bayat is very persuasive.
I've heard.
So beyond the coaching and the stuff that is going on with the team, what are you looking forward to for this school year?
Well, that's a good question. I think what I'm looking forward to the most this school year is Mr. Cummings, the ELA teacher, and Mrs. Mulligan, the science teacher on my team. We've talked about doing a lot of interdisciplinary things as the year goes on, so I'm really looking forward to that. Speaking of Mrs. Mulligan, we got a Norton Need grant for the virtual reality headsets. So we're really looking forward to using those things with the kids. And I would just say, I always look forward to having an awesome year, and one that I look back on and be like, oh, I miss that group. I miss those kids. We had so much fun together.
So just knowing that that type of special rapport and relationship will develop and strengthen throughout the year, and this will just be another group of great kids and great memories. Norton Need, very excellent group. They really provide a lot of things. Support Norton Need. There are things going on right now. Support Norton Need. Tremendous things that take place right in our classrooms, and the turnaround is very quick on that. So when we get the grant, it's like it manifests itself in the classroom pretty quick. If you weren't teaching, what would you be doing?
That's a really tough question, because I decided in kindergarten that I wanted to be a teacher, and never really looked back on it. But if I wasn't teaching, I would probably be doing something with the environment, with maybe with animals, zoology, something along those lines. Definitely something hands-on, something where every day is a little bit different. That I think I could see myself doing.
Yeah, every day a little different.
Right, but I have no regrets. I love being a teacher.
Not going by bells and lunch schedules and everything else. But you get to incorporate. I'm pretty sure I've been to your class where you talk about animals of different locations and
it's perfect to teach climates. It really helps the kids make that connection. And they love animals too, so if that is the stepping stone to getting them to understand climates, like I have this whole activity when we do Africa, we're in a zoo, and these are the animals you see, and they read a description of the animal, and based on that they have to figure out which climate that animal would be found in. So it helps link that in.
I think I've been in there, and it's great too, because if you're passionate about it, you care about it, it's a little contagious.
It is.
They can tell if you're not. They can tell if you're not, so you get that done. Now, one thing, the final thing that I want to talk to you about is, and another thing that makes you like very busy this time of year between the teaching, the coaching, is you're presenting at 2 conferences. One, a NEAS conference that's coming up next Friday. We're doing it together. Thank you for bailing me out.
You're welcome.
And then you're presenting at MassQ, which is huge. It's held at Gillette Stadium. So what are you presenting on?
So I'm going to be presenting on gamifying the classroom. I love it for a couple of different reasons. I think for some students, playing a game, making it competitive is what they need to buy into it, right? The second thing is it teaches other skills too, right? Just like winning and losing. Playing a game, they have to overcome obstacles. They have to work together. They have to work with other people. They have to understand not only how to be a gracious winner, but a gracious loser sometimes. And that's part of life. That's part of soccer and volleyball, and just part of being a person is going through ups and downs. And I think I always want learning to be fun. I want kids who want to come into my classroom and learn. And I think when you gamify and you always keep them on their toes, they really do enjoy it, and they really do respond well to it.
It gives you a lot of like that real quick feedback too with games.
Exactly.
They talk about students and how they're able, and teenagers, how they get that instant feedback from the game, and then the next time they hit the reset button, they know do something different.
Exactly.
And giving opportunities to have kids learn to view mistakes and failure as part of the process. I think there's an acronym, fail first attempt in learning. Fail first attempt in learning. So providing more opportunities for that builds that resiliency in kids that we're trying to get at. So I'm real excited to learn about gamification. I'm going to go to the thing. I'm going to be at MassQ. I want to go to your thing.
Yes, come by, definitely. It'll be my first time being at MassQ and presenting. So I have the double whammy, but I'm really excited for it. I'm ready for it. And I'm really excited for next Friday for our presentation too. I think it's going to be really awesome.
I think it's going to be awesome too. I'm a little nervous. It's going to be my first time presenting anywhere. But I got good people around me, yourself, Mr. Cummings, Karen Winsper.
My students told me, don't be nervous because you talk in front of 92 of us a day. So you can't be nervous talking to other people. I was like, okay, you guys are making a good point. I won't be so nervous now.
That's right. We're going to bring them back a win. All right, Christina, thank you so much.
Thanks
Mrs.
so much for having me.
Grade 6 social studies teacher, the first guest on In the Middle.
I know. I hope I set a good precedent for everyone else. Thank you.
I think you did. Thank you very much.